I'm pretty sure Darius is here. I just don't know if Bach can hear us or we're just
Yeah,
talking
he's
to him.
probably headed to work. Who knows? Anyway, last time, you went beneath the Undermead house and explored the cave system. And you met the caller out of space.
And got lucky as hell. It was
Uh,
very rude.
yes, you did. And let's see, 880 gold pieces. So I did give you the treasure for that. Go ahead and separate that out.
I'm surprised that Jello didn't try putting us to sleep before I got handsy.
Let's see, you found the helm of underwater action. But what you've encountered is, um, the townsfolk in exchange for a good fortune were, giving female infants to the scum in order to, you know, bring prosperity upon their town. And you have discovered that some of them are sacrifices, some of them are,
I need to head to work, so I'm just gonna head to work now.
yeah, not a problem, Buck.
If winter comes on, just tell him we'll be on in a couple minutes.
He is on.
Hey, Buck.
Is he here in TeamSpeak?
We can hear you speak, but I guess you can't hear him.
No,
Can you
I can't hear him speak.
can you hear me, Buck? Buck.
He just said something.
Oh, for some reason I had you personally muted.
How rude.
He's been talking for a bit now.
Has he? Oh wow, I haven't heard him at all. Not because I had him totally muted that whole time.
It's all right. But yeah, we're just catching up on the story, so go ahead and head to work, brother.
Yeah, I'll be back in, I don't know, 15 minutes or so.
Nah, not a problem.
User disconnected from your channel.
That was weird.
Uh, I was thinking I did send him a private message in a game. Hell, we played since then.
Yeah.
So anyway.
They've muted other players, but generally not the GM.
That's funny. Okay. You've learned that, some of them are sacrifices. Some of them actually grow up to be like the adult wives of scum and so forth. And then you found this weird thing that is really out of place in this tunnel.
I think it might be the cause of what's disturbing all their prosperity. Among other things. It looks like it drove the scum pretty chieftain nuts.
Yes, and they also talked about, you learned about one of their hideouts out in the lake, underneath the turned rocks.
Yeah.
And, you've informed the mayor of what was taking place before you come back here to search, and that's where we left it.
Yeah. Well, we got a decision to make. I really don't want to leave that girl down there without any hope. I mean, but we won't be able to get her out. Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, if we take care of that freaking swamp thing over there and tell the people how to get down there, they could probably get her out.
She might attack anyone who tries to get her out. She seems kind of crazy. Now, I'm trying to remember. I wonder if we should go check on her on the way out and see if getting rid of the light from outer space or whatever has lessened her madness, or if, she's still batshit crazy.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, as you start to leave the cave, she's still down there cradling this withered baby, and she's like, "What happened to the light? The light is gone. My baby's not happy."
I'm sure your baby will get over it. How'd you feel with the light gone?
Um, uh, she tells you that she feels different, but you can tell that she's never truly ever going to be sane again.
Yeah.
And, she wants to make her baby happy, and, her and her baby are going to wait for the pretty colors to come back. That will make everything all better.
Maybe you can come to town with us and wait for the pretty colors to come back there.
No, here I am closer to them. And out of game, this might be an issue that would better suit the townsfolk than you.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. We take care of that, the Swamp Thing character, and take the other necklace and give that to them so they can open a portal to get back down here.
Well, there's also, did we not find a passageway that seemed to lead out?
Yeah, the one north of the.
Yeah.
If that's north, I never know on these maps.
Yes, the tunnel. The tunnel connects a little bit south of the town. It's a little bit of a hike, but that's one way to go as well.
Well, we can try to deal with the creature, or we can just let them know not to go into that part.
Because it seems to stay in the room, but there's no guarantee it will stay there once we leave.
Yeah, hard to say.
It's like it's guarding something. I'm good with either, as long as we maybe get the townspeople to come back in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so off to town we go. And it is probably, let's see, you had an overnight rest before you went back to the house.
Yeah.
So we'll say it's sometime in the afternoon. And, you know, after last night, Bob and the baby and the Reckonite order is the talk of the town.
Bob's famous.
Everybody's talking about Bob. The hero chicken that rode into or strutted into town carrying a baby.
Cocksure to violence. Defiance. I guess we'll go find the mayor and fill him in on what we found in the cave.
Yes, you are able to see the mayor as you're walking into town. You see him headed somewhere, and you really don't have to hunt for him at all. And he's like, "Hey guys, what did y'all find out?"
I'll relay the entire story to what we found and the weird creature down there and the poor insane girl in the pit and to stay away from that swamp thing.
And the fact that they've been selling their kids to the scum.
And to truly find out what happens to those kids. Maybe one out of every 100 or 200 kids may be returned to the village and grow up to have semi-normal lives, but that, like I said, that's extremely rare. He's just shocked and appalled that, you know, he has helped he has helped be a part of all this. But, you know, it's went on for longer than he's been alive, and, you know, it's a tradition around there, so he doesn't feel too bad, but he does hate to hear what happens to the kids in the end.
Yeah.
And, you know, you tell him about the scum hideout beneath the Turn Rocks, and he asked you if you all would go check that out as well.
Yes, we'll check that out. We'll probably do it in the morning. We'll take a night's rest.
Yes, that would be acceptable, and you probably uh,
I also tell him about the preserved body of the original guy, the owner of the house, was down there too. Was that the crazy old dude?
He suggests that, you know, you might want to go talk to Horace. You know, Horace is an inventor, and you know, he's had some sort of secret project dealing with underwater travel. And if you remember, when you first come to town, you saved a guy that was out in the lake during stormy seas, and he had this machine that looked like a fish on the boat.
Yeah.
Crazy old man.
Yeah, there's something fishy about him. Yeah, he's the guy who was trying to make some type of submergible, wasn't he?
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely worth talking to him.
Yeah, just remember, he's a little eccentric.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to be in this area of the world.
I assume the mayor will be able to sort of give us an idea of where to look for him.
Yes. As a matter of fact, his house is, yeah, it's right there on the town map in the northwest corner.
Okay.
Okay, let's deal with Horace. And the mayor says that, you know, he will get a party of people out there to the house and to the caves and help that woman.
And tell him about the medallion that was hanging off the bell in there too. That could probably use as a portal. Should Michael to do? Should we give him the medallion we have? So we probably won't come back this way.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, if you need it. They will let you have it.
Man, you guys clear it out, clean it up. You may even be able to use it as storage or a fallback place if anything strange comes to happen to you guys.
Absolutely. Set of caves can come in handy from time to time.
But if you see a light, don't walk into it.
Yeah. You see a green cube coming out of anywhere down there? Run.
Oh, rest assured, my people will. Okay.
We'll talk to the old crazy dude.
Horace has this ramshackle building is both his home and his workshop. And let's see. Yeah, you all go up and knock on the door, and you can hear some muttering taking place inside and some noise. And finally, you know, he opens the door and he's like, "Hey guys, good to see you again. Come on in, take a look around." And it's what you would expect to see in an eccentric inventor's workshop. Half-finished projects and whatnot, tools and parts and components everywhere. And he's like, guys, I really appreciate your help the other day trying to save my boat.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you get your device back in safely?
Oh, yes, I sure did. And so, yeah, like I said, I appreciate your help, and I was able to salvage everything without too much trouble. And what can I do for you guys?
We're actually looking to get to the bottom of the lake.
Okay, why do you want to go to the bottom of the lake?
It turns out the neighbors down the the coast, the shore, I can't remember now.
Yeah, down the bay.
Down the bay. They actually are horrible lizard creatures that live at the bottom of the lake.
They're scum.
Yeah.
Okay. Horace has been in his workshop for the past couple of days and hasn't had any interaction with the outside world. So, relaying the events of the past few days, you know, he grimaces in shock and horror, and he breaks down into tears. And, you know, he tells you that he's known about the custom for years. As a matter of fact, younger sister was fostered when he was a small boy. Um, but he never guessed the truth of what was occurring. Um, he also tells you that, he's long suspected that a race of aquatic creatures dwell at the base of the turned rock, and now he realizes that they and the neighbors are one and the same. Um, with what he now knows, he can't let this travesty go any further. And, he he's he can help you, and as a matter of fact, he starts to beg you to let him help you rid Ilmarsh of this foul taint.
Yeah, I put my shoulder on him. There's no way you could have known this tradition that existed in your village for years, and no one questioned it after so long.
Yeah,
It's a
but
tragedy.
I don't want to say I'm the smartest man in the area, but I should have caught on.
Well, now we get to make some recompense for you and all the others.
Absolutely. And let me show you how I can help you guys. And he tells you that he's constructed several pieces of equipment that will help you get underwater safely. Mostly. Probably. Maybe.
There's at least a 50% chance you'll not drown.
50. Yeah, we'll go with that. um, but he tells you he has just completed a subaqueous exploration and research vessel. It's a submersible capable of safely transporting up to 4 people to the very bottom of the lake. And he proudly shows off his device to you. And he's like, I'll get you down there, boys. And
I ask him what's his name. The Guppy?
I'm sorry, he shows you a drawing of the submersible. Um, he's like, all we got to do is go back to my ship where my boat is moored with the. Yeah, we can go with the Guppy.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you guys want to head out?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, you guys definitely probably should rest, and one day won't hurt us, but any more than that, we always run the risk of someone discovering us and striking back preemptively.
That is true.
It sounds like it's settled then.
And then we'll have a strategy meeting because we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna work if we get stuck underwater fighting.
I guess we'll die.
Uh, yeah, you'll choke on that seawater when we get to it. So Horace agrees to meet you the next day out at the boat.
Ooh.
Out at the dock. And say 7 a.m., guys. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, Horace.
Okay, and he's back at the Lonely Quay, which is where you first met him. And that's where you're going to meet him. And let me give you an overnight rest.
Yeah, because I'm not exactly sure how we can handle underwater, because I can't breathe underwater.
I can make water breathing extracts.
And I'm not exactly sure how combat works underwater.
I wouldn't stress about it too much.
Okay. I mean, I'd grab the helmet of underwater action, but I know Bach wanted it too.
Well, he should have been here then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
You think you have problems? I wonder how I'm supposed to throw my bombs underwater. You know, I'll toss them, they'll land 3 feet away and blow up on me.
If you're lucky,
Yeah,
you'll get them that far away.
I was wondering if freedom of movement worked underwater, but I don't have that spell.
I think it does, but yeah, I don't have it either. I don't think.
But I don't know if that works with your bombs or not. Yeah, so I took the helmet for now.
Okay.
So you just need to focus on you and Bach for breathing, water breathing.
And just so you know, the helm of water underwater action
User joined your channel.
will allow one or more. It will allow one PC. You need similar magic in order to step outside the submersible. Neither the helm nor magic such as water breathing protects characters from the dangers of water pressure. Freedom of movement does. If you are outside, you take 1d6 points of damage per minute for every 100 feet below surface. You can make a fortitude check to protect yourself for that minute.
Okay. Do they make potions of freedom of movement? I have no idea. Not that we could probably find it.
No.
You guys go swimming or something?
We're about to head out into the bay and go down in a fish submersible. Freedom of movement is a 4th level spell for most people, so it can't be potioned. You'd need a wand.
Ah.
And Vok, you met with the mayor. The mayor requested that you check out the tunnels beneath the Skirm Rocks. He suggested you go see your old buddy Horace. And Horace says, yes, I can get you down there in my new submersible that I've built.
Can I opt out of this?
Nope. We already put you in first.
Yeah, I was trying to figure if we had any way to do the freedom of movement, but I doubt we do.
Well, you could just buy scrolls.
Do we actually find that in this town?
Doubtful.
Yeah, it would be doubtful. But, you know, just try not to be outside for longer than 6 rounds of combat.
Well, you can always heal yourself through the damage.
Depends how deep down we go and if we come to air pocket. I'm assuming protected when we're in the guppy.
Yes, you are protected while you're in the guppy.
Okay then.
Okay, next morning comes around and Vok, did give you all an overnight rest. So anyway, you go back out to where you met Horace, and you can see that his trawler has been now repaired, and it's sitting to cast off, and Croon's already aboard, and he's making final preparations, and atop the deck, you see the guppy, and it is a fish-shaped iron and brass construction about 8 feet in diameter, suspended above the deck by a thick chain hanging from a boom attached to the mast. And he's like, "Welcome, come on aboard."
I'll go in.
It's a great day for scum killing. And um, he finishes doing what he needs to do, and finally the boat sets sail for the turn rocks. And a steady rain begins to fall. The sky is overcast, but the waters are calm, and Kroon sets the trawlers to um, sail the five miles to the turn rock with without any problem. And
I watch for a kraken.
I watch expectantly for a Kraken.
I'll release the Kraken.
You need to get Medusa's head.
and that's funny you should say that when I was just rolling perception for all of you all.
Well, I must have felt miserably.
Uh, Damon, you're doing well to notice the boat.
I'm pretty sure I'm on a boat. Not entirely sure, but pretty sure.
Darius, you get a you catch a sight real quickly in the water of a mass of tentacles and what looks to be matted hair emerging from the water, little ways off from the ship. And
Oh
it
shit, are we in Japan?
it quickly disappears beneath the waves again.
Okay, BC's. Hopefully you raise that, because I'm telling the one dude with the pedal to the metal.
Okay, time passes. You catch no further glimpses of this creature in the water. And Horace maneuvers, his boat near to the spot where the condemned criminals are left to die. Um, the guy that was out there earlier, you did not free, correct?
I don't remember there being a guy.
Neither do I.
But no, we definitely didn't free anyone.
Okay. Well, at some point in time during the adventure, you were told that they send criminals out there to meet their fates by chaining them up on the cliffs. Um, you can see one such condemned criminal there. He is very much dead. His body is still hanging limply from the manacles in the water. Um, Portions of his body below the water line as the waves crash back and forth. You can see that portions of his body are indeed missing. And
He's gonna make it.
basically it's just the top half of him still hanging in the chains. And you can see tiny crabs are now feeding on what's left of the man. And Kroon anchors the boat within a few dozen yards from the rocks. And he's like, okay, guys, I'm going to explain the workings of the guppy now. And he explains that it is, it's approximately 8 feet in diameter. I riveted iron plates reinforced with brass fittings, and talking the technical side, and he's got circular windows on each side to give the fish eyes, and he says, it looks like a fish. However, it's only an outer shell surrounding an iron bell-shaped passenger chamber, like one of the old diving bells. And
Okay.
you see this thick double-layer canvas air hose, and it's been sealed with a mixture of well, oil, and other ingredients. And the far end of the hose is connected to a crank-operated air pump that sits on the deck of the boat. And you can see that you enter and exit the guppy through a 3-foot diameter opening in its mouth. And, he explains as long as the craft remains vertical, the air pressure prevents water from entering and flooding the interior of the bell. And worst case scenario, should the air pump quit working, the interior will hold enough air for 4 people for up to 30 minutes. And if the air pump is being operated, then sufficient air is provided constantly through the inner hose. And the stale air exits back up the ship through the outer layer of the hose. And you can tell he is just so proud of his creation, and he's pointing out that inside there's a lantern with a continual flame that provides light. And although if you want to look out into the water, you gotta shutter the lantern to kill the glare. Inside, you see there's a bench that runs around the perimeter of the hatch for seating. You can tell that 2 people can sit comfortably inside the sub, or 4 people can squeeze inside.
Okay. Is he staying enough to use the pump, or does the pump automatically work on its own?
Yeah, he states that he tells you that he's going to remain on board to lower the submersible and operate the air pump. And he's made this ingenious winch system where he can swing the submarine over and raise and lower it all by himself. He shows you that there's this thin wire that runs along the air hose, and he shows you where it attaches to a bell. He's like, when you're entering and exiting the submarine, ring the bell twice and I'll stop pumping.
Okay.
Now, let's see. Ring the bell once and I'll stop pumping. 2 rings, I'll start pumping air back in. 3 rings says pull me back up.
Okay.
And
This is going to be interesting.
he tells you that, roughly it'll be about 10 minutes to lower you to the lake floor. And during that time, he will not be able to pump air, but hey, there's more than enough air inside the guppy for you for that time. And once you reach bottom, I will start pumping air in. Now, the trip back up's going to take almost an hour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the submersible up a bit and I'm going to pump air. I'm going to bring it up a little more and pump air. And eventually, we'll get you up to the top.
Okay. Why is it going to take longer to go up than it is to go down?
Because that's a lot of weight I got to pull up off the bottom. And he's like, as I said, I've long suspected that there was this race of fish people out here. And the best that I can determine and calculate is that they dwell in a series of tunnels of the base of these rocks, about 400 feet below. And he's like, now if you watch the water long enough, these tunnels have got to be partially air-filled, because you'll see these large clusters of air bubbles break the water at regular intervals, and almost on cue you can see the bubbles coming up.
Okay, that or a Kraken farted.
And when you reach the bottom, you really need to disembark as quickly as possible and make your way while holding your breath, and just endure the water pressure and get in the nearest entrance. And he's like, just in case, and he hands each one of you this waxed and sealed leather scroll tube. And he explains that it contains a single breath of air, which, you can use to replenish your lungs if you need to.
Thank you.
And opening it carefully and inhaling its contents are a full round action.
Hey then. This is going to get interesting.
And gentlemen, if you're ready, let's kick some fish ass. And you all start crawling in the submersible, and the interior of it is dark and cramped, although, it's just the three of you all because Bob's a tattoo. And although it grows almost intolerably hot and stuffy as, it starts getting lowered deeper into the water. And the windows go from light gray to dark gray and to almost black. And you really can't see that well outside because, the interior lantern is shining brightly. And as you're descending, the metal shell will groan and pop from the immense weight of the water pushing in on all sides. It's spooky, but it seems to be holding together. And as it descends, the dark water below starts gradually becoming lighter. And it eventually reveals an amazing and terrifying sight. Um, on the muddy floor at the lake of the very base of this rocky island is a great dome of dull or of dully shining gray metal. Its construction makes Horace's wonderful invention seem clunky and primitive. You can see seams running up the dome sides to its apex. It's sprinkled with glowing lights whose dim blue radiance gives the entire scene an outer-worldly appearance.
Okay. Is there any openings in it that we can see?
Let's see. Let's see. Eventually, you're coming to rest 400 feet below the surface. And as you hit the bottom, Horace then hoists you up about 5 feet to give you, so you're kind of like dangling above the lake floor. And as you cap the interior light so you can see out the windows, and the guppy is not totally holding still. It's slowly rotating and drifting a little bit in the current. You can see that there are dozens of tunnels inhabited by the scum. Am I missing a part? In the dim light of the dome, from a certain area of the rocks, you can see a cloud of bubbles escaping. And you realize that this is probably the air-filled tunnel that Horace thought would exist.
Ooh. How far away is it?
And these caves and rocks and so forth are sitting on top of the dome.
Ah, so there might be a way in through the rocks. The tunnels.
Right. And this particular tunnel entrance is about 100 feet across the lake bottom.
Very dangerous. We should send Bob first.
Now, underwater, unless you have a swim speed, you can walk across the lake bottom at half speed, or you can swim above it with a successful swim check at a quarter speed.
Well,
Sounds like a long walk.
Yeah, I'll activate, when we get in, I'll activate the helm with a water action, so it gives me 30 movement.
I
And
will
breathing.
use an extract of water breathing for me and Vox so that, we don't drown.
Okay.
Should we tie ourselves together?
That probably wouldn't hurt.
What do you guys think about that?
I'm not sure I want to be attached to you two that much. Drag me down with you. Quite literally in this case.
Or we can at least hold the rope between us. We don't have to tie ourselves off.
Sure.
There's like a 50 feet of rope, hemp rope. Because I got a swim speed of 30, I can go up front and try to pull us.
And you
Sounds-
are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we flick the rope to make Damon pull us faster?
Yeah, because I could probably double move for 60 feet.
Okay. The G is roughly where the guppy's at. And this is the area that you are seeing air bubbles escape from.
Okay. I'll activate the helmet. So I think it lets me double my or triple my vision underwater.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do this the easy way when it concerns to underwater. Can I get everyone to make a fortitude check?
Come on, roll high for once.
Maybe they start low. Maybe they start low.
Oh.
And that's back 2 pages.
I swear to God, I'm gonna roll over an 8 at one time and roll on a fortitude check.
Darius and Lydia. Oh, wow. You succumb to the pressure. And each one of you takes a whopping 1 point of damage due to the water pressure.
I can't take
Oh
it.
no! Quickly, let's go back.
And I'm actually going to put you on the map now.
So are we, once we get past that like light blue line, we're out of the water?
Okay. As you are swimming, walking down this tunnel, you start to see a dim glow coming from the mouth of this shallow cave. And when you reach the back of the fissure, you see like this lens of rippling glass that covers a circular opening about 8 feet in diameter. And through the lens, you can see a distorted view of a dimly lit cave behind behind it that appears to be free of water.
Okay. Anyone have an idea how we get through this glass?
You can tell that it's kind of rippling.
Ah,
Poke it with your sword.
just put my hand on it. See what happens. See if I can put my hand through it.
It feels rubbery and warm to the touch. Uh, but you're able to push your hand through it, and you can feel air instead of water on where your hand is.
Yeah, I'll step through. I'm assuming I still have the rope on me.
And you notice that as you're pushing through this rubbery material, and you're noticing that it forms a seal around you, so water doesn't seep in and flood the tunnels. But you are able to go past the barrier with no problem.
Okay, I'll shout back through the barrier. Hopefully they can hear it. If not, I'll stick my head through. Actually, I guess we can't really talk. Oh, I probably can talk.
You could just wave us through.
True. Or pull the rope saying, come on through.
And this chamber is you see that the walls and the ceilings are damp, and the air just reeks with this repulsive fishy smell.
Yeah, not really a shock.
And you notice that there's these intricate carvings covering the slimy green and black stone walls.
Okay.
But they really don't make any sense to you at all. And down the way you can see that there's an exit to this cave on the far end.
So no one here recognizes the emblems or symbols whatsoever?
No.
Okay. Well, shall we head on in? I'll
Sounds
move
like a plan.
cautiously forward. Hopefully nothing blows up in my face.
And you also notice that part of the moss and the lichen that's growing are fluorescent, and they are providing some light to the cavern. And as you move in, you're not seeing any scum in this chamber, and it looks like it was probably used as a common area at one point in time, but right now it's not seeing any use.
Okay. For some reason I got a feeling that this is where the other children went over the years. I don't know, work forwards a little more, hoping everyone stays up with me.
Okay, yeah, you're not spotting anything.
keeping an eye out, but my perception sucks. So
Okay. Darius. Right before you, you see magical energy starting to appear in the air. And this portal opens up. And through this doorway, out steps a creature like this.
oh wow.
Mummy!
Yes. And Damon, to the north of you, you see the same thing happen. This one
Okay.
just, fortunately, you're luckier than Darius, and it wasn't right in front of you.
Yes, I am.
And, ooh, Vox ready, roll for initiative.
Oh God. I'll be right back, real quick.
Not a problem. Lydia, you are up first. The hell?
Oh, yay.
Oh shit, that's a local beer. I just realized I have a 6-pack of beer sitting on my desk. Oh, are you doing the pit again?
No! He failed, he falls in the pit.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm back. Oh, another pit trap.
I mean, it seems like they have the ability to just teleport around, so he can probably just teleport out of it. But I mean, it gets him out of Darius' face.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, Darius can drop bombs into the pit.
Don't end your turn beside the pit. That's my only advice for the pit.
Good advice. So yeah, Darius is gonna drop bombs in the pit.
May not want to target me though.
Um, Maybe you've been taken over by those things. I don't know.
Well,
I
you know
assume they're
he's
not.
gonna hit you anyway.
That's right. I assume they're not undead or constructs.
No, they are not undead, they are not constructs.
All right.
Did you get a new mic, Darius?
No.
Oh. Your voice started sounding much deeper last week.
I have a bad cold.
Maybe that's it.
I will move to there.
Well, since that one's in the pit, I'm going to move forward. Same for Serenway, and I'm attacking the Dimensional Shambler.
Darius, you can't move that far. You full attacked.
Good point. I will then take a 5-foot step to there.
I am so glad I did not nerf these guys.
Hey man,
Yeah.
they're already hurt.
Well, that and this guy's resisting me pretty good too.
Okay. Number 1 is in the pit.
Do you need the climb DCs and stuff, or is he teleporting out?
Yeah, he's going to do a dimension door to get out.
Okay. You need to approve Darius's move there, Winter.
Yeah, I just now saw it. Okay, so,
Oh, look, a guy.
let's see. He come right beside you.
You can't do anything, Winter, if you dimension door. It ends your turn.
Well, you know, he has Dimension Mastery, which he can take actions normally after using Dimension Door effects. But he did cast a spell, so... Yeah, I'll give you the spell. I'll just let number 2 attack.
Don't worry, I definitely won't pit him again.
And you can tell that he starts to cast a spell. And Lydia, you can tell that he is casting Blink.
Alright. I'll yell out, watch out, he's gonna blink.
I have no idea what that spell does. Does it make a move?
He blinks back and forth between the material plane and the ethereal plane. And basically, he's just winking in and out of reality at random.
I think it gives him like a mischance.
And yes, it does give him concealment.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
50% miss.
Concealment's 20, total concealment is 50, right?
I don't know.
I think so, because I think displacement gives total concealment.
So yeah, it gives you a 50% chance, and if you do get hit, you only take half damage!
What is that? Is that his spell?
Yeah. When
I
blinking...
didn't know it did a half damage thing. That's nice.
Now, if you have a weapon that is capable of affecting ethereal beings, it does take full damage.
Yeah, mine only does cold iron, so I'm assuming it's cold iron, so I'm assuming it doesn't do that.
What kind of weapon do you need to hit ethereal creatures?
I don't know.
I think it might be Ghost Touch or something like that.
Probably.
No, I know his DR is lawful, and he is a chaotic evil creature, so... So he is blinking, and it's gonna stay there. We bringing Bob out?
No.
And we don't need the fetid spore mound.
I will 5-foot step back. And I will cast Telekinetic Charge. and grab Damon and fling him over here.
Okay.
And now you can make an attack against Dimensional Shambler number 1 as an immediate action with a +2 bonus to hit.
Okay. Alright. Ends that free attack. I look at him and said, thanks for bringing me over.
Now I'll take the 5-foot step.
I'm assuming that pit trap's still there, so I glided over it when you did that.
Yeah, well, I take control of you and I just fling you around. So you're basically flying while I'm doing it. You will provoke doing this, Darius, you know.
Then I provoke.
No, you didn't.
I guess with that pit trap there and that guy's there. I can hold an attack action, right?
Yeah.
You can delay your turn, or you can ready an action.
Yeah. And if I ready action, I get to attack once, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll ready an action to attack that Dimensional Shambler when he comes within 5 feet of me.
He is within 5 feet of you.
It's a Shambler too.
Oh,
After one's dead.
sorry. I missed that. Killed my Shambler.
They weren't very strong. They certainly looked scary in the picture, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna err on the side of caution. Say they are strong. We just got lucky.
Yeah, truly, they got a claw attack. They can cast Dimensional Door, Dimensional Anchor, and Blink. And gonna save Bob.
Nope. Oh, that guy ended his turn beside my pit there.
That's what? Reflex?
Yep. Reflexury falls in.
16.
That's a 20.
Is he in the pit?
You fall to the pit, yeah.
Fucker.
And go, ow. And then he would be impaled on spikes and go, ow.
The next one will appear next to you.
And on my turn, I'm going to move over beside Damon. And I will ready. Actually, I'm going to stay where I was. And I'm going to ready an action to... do I have magic missile? I do. I'll ready an action to magic missile if he appears within my sight.
There's already a ball.
I'll ready an action because I really can't do anything with him in the pit. Just to attack him if he gets in 5 feet of me.
I think he likes his pit.
Oh, sorry.
Right. And he starts to cast a dimensional door. Appears right beside Lydia.
All right. I'll
And
trigger my ready to action. So I take a 5-foot step
absolutely
here.
take your ready to action.
There was no 5-foot step in your ready to action. It was just to shoot magic missile.
Yep, that's what you can do if you take a ready to action and you haven't moved on your turn. As part of any ready to action, you may 5-foot step as well. That's just normal. You don't have to call that part.
I'll give it to you this one time, Bach.
Okay, I'll pull it up and show you if you want.
Okay, so since he can take actions normally after using Dimension Door attacks, he's going to take a 5-foot step, do a full round attack, or full action, and hit you twice with 2 claws.
So his dimension door is no action?
Yep. He can Dimension Mastery.
I thought you said that just lets him take his actions as normal after he dimensions the doors. Does it remove the action necessary to dimension door to begin with, or is it still a standard?
Good question. So I'm going to negate your damage. And Lydia, you're up.
5-foot step away.
And he would actually be back 5.
Oh no, it wouldn't be my turn. My ready to action changes my initiative down to when I triggered it. So my initiative would be 1 above his. So it should be Darius's turn.
Darius, you are up, sir.
Alright, I will toss my bomb.
You the bomb. I would never say that to you before. I think it's hilarious.
Nope, you won't.
Well, I'll toss it. I just won't hit him.
I like it.
Does the splash
Concealment.
damage still hit?
No, because I think I hit him, so the splash damage would be around him. He just wasn't in the material plane. I will take a 5-foot step back.
So it's my turn now?
Yep.
I can just move 20 feet if I want, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna move up beside him and swing away. Come on, Saren Ray, give me the luck.
Seems like your prayer worked.
Does a crit automatically hit no matter what?
A natural 20 automatically hits.
Oh, even with a mischance?
I don't know.
Did it get expended or something?
I guess
I
a
don't think
crit
Blink
automatically hits.
Hmm.
Because it's
Okay.
still got the effect on him.
Okay, we're just making sure.
Fucker.
That's weird.
Oof.
It might be a fantasy grounds bug.
Let's see.
Oh, you can double check if you want, because I'm more than willing to roll the percentage die.
Well, concealment is just if you hit, you have to make a percentage roll. I don't know that natural 20 would override that.
The duration was set on the blink, but not on the concealment.
So it wore off.
So yeah. So roll percentile.
That's what happened.
Okay, so you actually would have missed.
He didn't roll a percentile. He just rolled 2 d10s,
Yeah. I mean,
Same thing.
which would be a 49.
And
Do you want me to roll the actual percentage die, or?
no, I'm going to negate your damage. Yes, you can roll a percentage dice.
You know how to do the percentage, Damon?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going to negate your damage.
Okay.
Oh, look, he's alive.
I didn't hit for a total of 53 though. I only hit for 48.
yeah, but those 5 extra were a spite.
You got any other attacks left?
Nah, I moved so I can only attack once.
Okay. Lydia.
I'll just shoot him with some more magic missiles. He likes these. He must love me at this point.
So much that he's taking it out on Damien. Oh, you're kidding me.
Just remember, you created these sounds.
Alright, Garrus will throw another bomb.
Okay. You need me to roll the percentage again?
Oh, it fell off again?
He probably just didn't put it back up.
Yeah, I did, because I just changed the...
Because I just missed it, yeah. So yes, you'll need to roll percentage again. You hit that time.
That one did hit.
Whew. That
Fucking
it?
paladins. Okay. So, the dimensional shamblers just kind of disappear back to their own dimension.
Did they leave any loot behind?
No, they did not.
Maybe a little poop in my armor. So I guess we'll head forwards again.
If you head forward, you'll run straight into the pit.
Okay, at the end of the cave, and we'll unlock tokens. It's a multiple intersection. You see 4 tunnels branching off.
Okay. Which I was gonna. Do I notice foot traffic going more one way than the other?
Let's see. You notice that the walls are decorated with disturbing carvings. The carvings depict scum in the midst of various graphic and disturbing mating acts, with which are obviously human women. Um,
This cave painting porn?
yeah, pretty much. And from where you can see, the tunnel directly across from you appears to open up into a much larger cavern. Okay, and in the cave to the south of you, you can see seaweed mounds that are serving for beds and cradles. As a matter of fact, on the floor, you can see a hand-knitted baby blanket.
Does it look like a human blanket or just a blanket?
Well, without walking over and picking it up, you can tell that it's a it's the size for a baby.
Okay. I don't know if Darius is back or not. Let me wait for him before I step in. And I don't hear anything coming from up and down any tunnels, any movement or anything.
No, right now everything is quiet in this area.
Okay.
And since Darius is AFK, I'm gonna go AFK for a minute.
Okay, I'll be right back myself.
Yeah, let's take 5, guys.
I'm back.
Yeah. Winter just took a 5-minute break too for a second.
Okay.
I think we're just getting lucky in some of these mods we say mess with. Oh, that's what I meant to do today. Look into the army aspect of Kingmaker. See what the building is like.
Hmm.
Ooh. I'm assuming the DR20 has stuff on it?
I imagine.
It was a real easy day at work today for me. You were busy today?
Yeah, it was pretty bad today.
No, I went to work and it looked like most of our midnight shift left 5 hours into shift because we ran out of work.
Hmm.
And around 11 o'clock, they said, "Would anyone like to go home now?" I said yes. I got about 2 hours sleep last night. And Jalen was saying on the weekend that technically he's not getting any pay right now because of the lockdown, because he works for the government.
Oh, yeah.
I'm liking a paladin, but I think I may tweak some things next time I make one. And we're still playing Wednesday this week, right? It's Tuesday for next week.
Wednesday this week, yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, while you're away, Dares, there was a room just down to the south of me. There's a small knitted baby blanket.
There's what?
Some kelp beds and something looks like a hand knitted baby blanket.
Oh joy.
Bob might come in handy again.
Yeah, the baby whisperer. Is Bach here?
Yeah, we'll give him a minute.
Yeah, it's probably making his rounds.
Just got back. Rounds are complete.
Okay. Step into the room and take a look around.
Okay, and like I said, there's these mounds of soggy seaweed that have been gathered into nests and beds upon the floor. As you pick up the baby blanket, and you're looking at it, you can tell that it still has a few tiny scales in it, as if some sort of fishy thing was once wrapped up in it.
I'm sure baby scum are adorable.
Yeah, and they come from human ladies, which is disgusting.
Absolutely. But surely that's the only thing that you're finding in that room.
Okay, I'll look down this way for a sec. See what's down there.
Okay, you actually see a lot in that tunnel. You see there's about 7 or 8 scum in this room, and they're in these chairs, and the top of their heads have been removed. And you can see that their brains kind of look like they've been enlarged more than normal.
Okay.
And
Alive?
they appear to be, but they're just sitting there very quiet.
Have any of you played Bloodborne? I kind of feel like we're in the DLC of Bloodborne area.
I never played the DLC. But I played Bloodborne. It was a fun game. Stick my head back around.
The second area of the DLC, it's like all kinds of big brain creatures, and some of them have huge heads, and some of them have no heads, and it's just like all kinds of. It looks like an old hospital ward.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because it does look like that they have been experimented on.
Yes. Turn my head around the corner and I have no idea what's going on in this room. Anyone with more medical or arcane knowledge have a clue?
Sure. Chris will come around and I can do knowledge arcana. Or any other knowledge that might be appropriate.
Yeah, go ahead, and Arcana works just about as well as anything.
There's a couple pictures.
Okay, Darius, you at this distance, you can, support the suspicion that they have been the subject of experimentation, and you can see on the one closest to you, you can see scars where the brain has been operated on, and some pieces look like they might be rearranged. Some parts of the brains appear to be missing.
Okay. They look like they're suffering at all?
Right now, like I said, you can tell that they're alive, but they're just sitting there motionless, and you don't see any visible evidence of pain.
What do you guys think? Should I go into that room?
Hey man, you go wherever you want. I'll stay out here.
I'll go in.
Have they seen us? I assume that there's nothing keeping them from seeing us.
There's nothing to keep them from seeing you. However, they're just kind of like staring off into space.
Okay. Examine one that's closest to me and see if it reacts at all. I don't touch it.
Okay. Yeah, it is not reacting to you at all.
Okay. I slowly walk backwards out of the room, keeping an eye on anything that might attack.
Okay, you make it out of the room without disturbing any of them.
Yeah. They may be scum, but they seem helpless, and I quite frankly don't feel comfortable killing something that's helpless.
And in the tunnel to the immediate west, you find 8 to 10 more of these scum with the tops of their heads removed.
Wow. And they're pretty much, they're exactly the same state.
Yes, they are.
I'll use Detect Evil on him, see if there's an evil presence or power coming from it all.
Well, the scum are all showing as evil.
Come back. It's the same in this room, too. I have no idea what to do here, people. For all I know, these things may be remote controlled by someone.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
What do you think, Lydia? What should we do?
Well, they're evil when they're awake, and they've been experimented on, which is probably really bad for them, so they might be crazy. Probably still evil and stronger than they were before. Why not kill them when you have the chance?
Now, when I examined the one who was in it, did it look like it was suffering?
No. They're just sitting there motionless and staring off into space.
I mean, I know they're evil and everything. It's just I don't feel comfortable striking them down when they're defenseless.
Well, we could just continue on exploring, and when they surround us from behind because we didn't deal with them, we'll just die.
I mean, I'm not going to hold back other people. It's just within me. Yeah. It's hard to say. I mean, it seems like they're evil and they've been taking advantage of these people and raping. They're pretty much taking their children. This is so hard to decide. Now, I'll stand aside if you guys want to do it. I'll let you, but it's not something I can take an action on. Unless they take immediate actions against us, I really don't feel comfortable wiping them out like that.
All right, then onward we go.
Okay, and down the hall you discover another entrance there. And once again, this room has fewer of them. There's only 2 or 3, but there are more of the scum in there with the tops of their heads removed. And these don't look as finished as the other ones that you see. Like, this is still an experiment in progress.
I'll step in the room and walk up to one and see if they have any reaction.
No, it does not.
Okay, I touch one.
And you'd eat your head.
I'm going to ignore that you said that. Yeah, just back out of the room slowly. You can touch him on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay, and the cave continues
Why is
south.
it so funny? What's going on?
Well, I'm kind of being selfish in that. But you can tell that the cave continues south. And there is a tunnel that branches off from it.
Yeah, let's keep on moving down. Pretty much just stop and listen when I get to each type of intersection. Do they have wigs on? Ah, their brains. Oh, so this is the finished state? Well, I'll tell these guys I see something up ahead.
It very well could be.
So we press on forwards? Are they attacking us?
Do up a haste and say charge.
I cast heroism on Damon.
And one of them.
Cast, he means inject him with a needle.
That's right. He's my junkie.
One of them steps forward and sees you and sounds the alarm.
I tell them guys to watch behind us.
We're watching as 14 of them come and rush us. And we're overwhelmed. And we're watching from the floor.
And Darius, would you like to roll initiative? And you are up first, sir.
Da-da-dum. Oh, we're hasted, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, because I had demon targeted. That's okay. I rolled the 1 on the other thing. But I hit you real good, Damon.
Okay, I will step over, grab Damon, and throw him.
Okay, so I get an attack then?
At +2. And you can see better.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, shit.
Crap.
Hey, I hit that thing pretty hard and it's still got a decent amount of hit points left, it looks like. Of course, I didn't get to look down that hall. I went flying by.
And
I'll say watch the side passage here. No idea what's there.
watch the side passage! As you go flying down the hall.
So haste gives me an extra attack at full of thing, right?
Yes.
Yep.
If you don't miss. Are you all hearing the sounds?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Damn, I missed again. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Okay. Damon, from around the corner, you see this creature appear. Yeah,
That looks
he's
like a cross between a pug and a gremlin.
nice and ugly. And we'll open up the rest of that map. And let's see. You can tell that he starts casting a spell.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Let's see. Let's
I was
see.
hoping he was a brute.
If you make your... he is casting Flame Strike, Darius.
Don't worry, Damon.
What?
You're on fire.
I failed to save.
Uh,
I failed to save.
you know, I'm gonna let you make your own save on that.
Yeah, not much better.
15. Yes. So he starts casting Flame Strike at you.
I do have 5 fire resistance.
Strangely, Flame Strike doesn't have that much fire damage to it.
It was enough.
I think it's like it's half fire and half something else, isn't it? I'm thinking of a different spell.
And Scum
You're thinking of Moon
Sentry,
Strike.
seeing you smoking, is going to do a full attack. And he misses you all 3 times.
No, I was right. Flame Strike is half fire.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a divine spell.
And number 1's going to take a 5-foot step and do a full attack. And yeah. Do you want to bring Bob out?
Not with Flame Strikes being thrown around.
But I wanted chicken wings.
Well, the guy's pretty striking.
He didn't manage to hit any of his teammates with that Flame Strike, did he?
That would be a cylinder, wouldn't it?
Well, if he did, it would be Scum too.
Yep. And Scum 2. Yeah, he made his reflex save.
So he only takes half. Why couldn't you do that, Damon?
It's because I can't roll over a 10. Remember last week when I couldn't roll over 5?
Well, I was gonna say you didn't roll over 5 this week. I see a 1, a 5, a 1, and a 4 for your last 4 rolls.
He had an 8.
Okay, so Scum 2 is dying.
Um.
Woohoo!
Good crit.
What? Can Darius see up this hallway here?
Yes, you can tell it continues down and opens up into a larger cavern.
And you see 30 scum warriors charging your way.
No, you don't, fortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna try something new this fight. You guys ready for this?
Sure.
Make a reflex save or fall into a pit.
I pity that fool.
Oh, you are just so funny, aren't you, Buck?
You realize he's probably gonna make. You're probably gonna come into an NPC that starts pit trapping you every time too. So
Oh man, one of my GMs from one of my other games did that. He was like, "Hey, Vok, guess what? Make a reflex save." I was like, "Why?" He was like, "A pit opens up underneath you."
that all you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm smoking. I'm getting kind of righteous angry here. I'm gonna swing away at Scum Sentry. And Whifflefest is starting off on both sides.
Wow.
Can I go for a third?
I was gonna say it makes you feel better. You do have a third attack.
Wow, that was hilarious.
It's a DC 20 to climb out.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta.
Christ, 2 1s in a row.
Okay, he is still in the pit.
Did he attempt to climb out?
He did attempt to climb out.
And he takes damage for touching the spikes.
And
He can use the second action as another move attempt to climb out again. It's only DC 20. It's the easiest pit to climb out of.
If your climbing doesn't suck.
It's only a DC 20. To climb out of a sheer pit, that's a pretty easy DC.
Well, there's spikes all over the place. There's lots of handholds.
Yeah, getting stabbed by them is the reason the DC isn't 15.
okay, you can hear him casting a spell.
Okay.
And let's see. When you summon a monster, you can put it anywhere within range, correct?
Yes. It is a full round action, though. Or a 1 round action.
Maybe he's a summoner.
Okay, yes. You can tell that he is casting Summon Monster. And Scum Sentry's going for a full attack. And let's see, I got 1 crit.
And 1 crit and 1 hit.
1 crit and 1 hit, and the crit was on the bite. Oh, whopping damage. And the other hit was on the claw.
Well, let's see how that shit looks.
Keeping Bob up. Yep.
You can always just take him off the combat tracker until I say I'm going to bring him out.
Here's well, toss a bomb at the scum.
I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to cast Greater Flamin' Sphere. And I'm going to summon it on top of this square here, and it will then fall and land on top of this guy. And he has to make a reflex save.
You dropped a flaming spear on him.
Into the hole.
Oh, fuck. And 14 on the reflex. Oh, you did it.
He failed for both of them.
Yep.
So he takes 27 damage, and now he has to make a concentration check or lose his spell. It's a DC 10 plus the damage plus the spell level.
Okay, a 10 plus the damage, which would be 37, right?
Yep,
What?
plus the spell level.
Yeah. I hate you, Bach.
Yes!
Yeah, sure. Just keep laughing.
I will.
The first thing I'm gonna do is a swift action. Use lay on hands on myself. I'm swinging away. Come on, Sarenrae, guide my sword. And I'll take a 5-foot step forward.
Ha ha ha! I got it. How deep's the pit?
It's 40 feet.
Oh, you fucker. So I gotta do another one.
You can double move as that one single roll. You don't have to roll for each move action.
Okay, so climbing is half, so crap, he's halfway up.
Darius will cure Damon. Stab him with another needle. Hold still.
My God, can't we get through one session without the drugs?
Nope.
Alright, I will command my sphere to jump 30 feet high. He's only like 20 feet up, right?
Yep.
So it will whack into him as it jumps. And, should I put a wall of fire on top of this?
Nah, save it. We may have more things coming.
I like seeing Winter cry, though. Alright, I'm done.
There's really not much I can do if it's in the pit, but I'll move forwards a bit.
Just remember not to end your turn beside the pit.
And I'll stay there and I'll look around the room. And that was it.
Can we see down here, Winter?
Yes, you can see that it continues down into a cave that appears to open up into a much larger cavern.
It's a big cave.
I'm assuming it leads to that giant dome. The dome
What if we
aside.
get there, it's just a giant aquarium? A big old fishbowl.
Okay. Oh, it's my go. And guess what? He's out.
Woohoo!
So he managed to get up just beside the pit there,
Yeah.
and then he ends his turn beside the pit. I'm doing the evil finger.
Unless he can take a
Pyramid upon the
5-foot
person.
step.
Not after he moved, you can't.
Yep.
Make a reflex save.
He made his reflex save.
I'm cackling maniacally. It's a 20.
26, fucker.
Ah. Someone go push him back in.
Did I throw my bomb to target, the edge of the pit? Take out the ground underneath him? No, that would just be mean.
You better take him out this round or Bach is history.
Don't be silly, Winter. I got this. He's got to be on his last legs here. He's taking so much damage getting out of that pit.
You fucker. Yeah, I can see now you're all going to encounter a whole bunch of archers.
Hey, Winter, remember when I made this character? I asked if you wanted me to make a fireball thrower or a pit maker. You said you didn't care. It was fine either way.
Hey, joy of the challenge. Okay, so you have defeated this outside creature.
I'm going to examine it and search it for anything of interest or include what the hell it is. Unless it's a scum.
Where did it go? Technically, it is a male scum cleric.
I knew it was a divine guy.
Shub Nagruth.
Yeah, isn't that a creature that the people worshipped?
Yeah, it's one of the elder gods, great old ones, that type.
So Hellboy.
Yeah, pretty much. So you've got an entrance. Well, let's talk about this room since you're in it. It's a large cavern. To your north there, Damon, you can see a statue carved of green and black stone. It depicts a nightmarish creature that is neither fish nor eel nor octopus, yet it contains features of all three and more. The walls around the statue have been decorated with hundreds of varieties of inlaid shells and pieces of strange reddish gold. You also see profane symbols carved into the rock. To the south, you see a stone pedestal, and there is a grime-encrusted mace sitting on top the stone pedestal.
Detect magic.
I'm doing detect evil on the statue and the maze. Maybe search the body, see if that freaking guy had anything with a note on him.
Bach, give me just a minute on your, Yes, you are detecting, magic coming from the mace. And you were detecting evil on what? Who?
I was gonna do it on a statue and just in that area because I'm pretty sure there's like an altar to the Shug-Nagog guy. And then once I'm done with that, I'll go to the maze. Focus on the maze to see if it's got
You
any
could just
lore.
do your detect evil as a 60-foot cone. You don't
Yeah.
have to single target.
Um, Okay, as you're examining the statue and the walls and so forth, you notice that the carvings on the walls are actually two different types of symbols. One of which has been recently inscribed on the top of older carvings. Um, Y'all want to throw a knowledge religion?
Sure. I'm gonna fail it badly. You want it in a tower?
No, it's all right. Yes, you did fail badly.
Oh, that was.
Oh, that was Darius.
I don't have religion.
uh, yeah, neither does Damon. Um,
Yeah, not until next level.
Darius, you recognize the older carvings as being symbols dealing with the worship of Dagon. And you know that the statue himself is a representation of Dagon.
Hit
Um,
him until it's dead.
The newer carvings are symbols of the outer god Shub-Naguth.
Did you just bite your tongue while you were talking? What was that?
Yeah, a little tongue-tied there.
So someone's down here trying to corrupt the Dagon religion too.
Yeah, and so far a lot of what you encountered, you know, these other creatures outside of the scum are, you know, from different places.
Hmm.
And, Lydia, are you going to examine the mace?
Was there any evil coming off of it?
No, there is no evil coming off of it.
Okay, I'll examine it.
Okay, you see that this heavy mace has a head fastened into the shape of four ravens' heads. Studying it, you know that it's got symbols of the faith of Pharasma on it. And you can tell that it is a +3 Undead Bane heavy mace.
Oh wow.
And a
Like
character with the ability to channel positive energy gains the channel smite feat while you're wielding it.
I can channel positive energy.
And in the hands of a cleric of Pharasma, it gains the disruption quality.
That's not me. Now, only if that was a great sword.
Oh. And if you were a cleric, the wielder can use the channel smite feat 4 levels higher.
Holy shit.
And an extra 3 times a day.
Let's go hire a cleric of Pharasma to journey around with us.
And looking around, you find roughly, you find 1,200 gold pieces scattered here and abouts around various places in this room. And I have put the Raven's Head mace in the inventory, and
Wow. That's insane. Too bad we didn't have a cleric that could wield it.
and let's try carrying crown instead of carrying crows.
So you have to be a cleric? You can't be like an oracle?
To get the major benefits. But hey, as long as you have the ability to channel positive energy, you gain channel smite.
All the channel smite feet.
And I know you all wouldn't remember it. In the last book, you all found the poem of the Carrion Crown. And, you know, it talked about the Pack Lord's heart, and a few other items that were needed to create the formula of the Carrion Crown in order to bring back the Whispering Tyrant. The Raven's Head mace does correspond through Chronicles of the Raven's Tongue, A Legacy of Fear Unspun. So, most likely, you are in possession of one of the items that the Whispering Way needs.
Woo.
Guess I can take it for now, since I can channel energy. And if I come up against skeletons, I can use that instead of my greatsword. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Well, I'm not going to use it.
Okay. Which way would you like to go? Down or back up and east?
Probably back up and east. See if anything's in there.
Lead on, tank.
I go up this way.
Okay, let's see what happens to you.
A dimensional pit opens up between these stairs.
No, I think it would be a pit underneath Lydia.
Ha, the hallway's too small for a pit.
It's a special pit. It's only a 5-foot square, but it's 100 feet deep.
That's not enough to take me out.
Okay, as you're walking along, you start seeing on the damp walls of this cavern, there's a bewildering variety of obscure and esoteric symbols painted in bright clashing colors and pigments. Knowledge, arcana, or religion.
Well, I'm untrained in it, so there's no point in me rolling.
Hey, I have one of those.
Okay, both of you all do recognize the symbols on the walls as relating to the myriad gods and the beings of the dark tapestry. And Damon, you do become aware of movement ahead of you.
Charge!
And
What the?
Dancing.
yeah, he's kinda happy. And
His meal got delivered.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Is this an evil outsider?
no, you are not detecting evil.
Okay.
Do you have dollars dungeoneering anyone?
I mean, no.
Probably some kind of aberration. Looks like an aberration.
You know, I would even knowledge nature.
Nature? It's actually a plant? That's weird. Wait, I'll try talking Sylvan to it. Hello.
Darius, I'm not sure what to tell you about this creature.
You're pretty sure it's alive.
Does it react to my Sylvan talk?
Give me a second, and
It spits acid at you.
Hello, fellow plant. I am also a plant. It doesn't have eyes, you can't tell.
Could have eyes at the end of the tentacles. You can't see them.
Oh, I can't see them, they can't see me.
Lydia, as you're talking to it,
I've already got one dumpy sidekick. You want to be number two?
you can tell that it has cast detect thoughts, and it's trying to learn more about you. And Vok, since you were the one that initially attempted to communicate with it, you start getting these telepathic questions. And truly, all of you all are hearing them. And the first one says, how do humans propagate with barns? The next question is, why are 3 ears better than 7? What is the orbital declination of the lilac star when sea snails cry delirium tears?
I get the feeling we're going to be making a will save against insanity in a second.
Oh my god. I'm going to cut and paste them just so. But the orbital declination of the lilac star when sea snails cry delirium tears. And all of these telepathic questions are nonsensical.
Okay. Does it try to attack us?
Well, it's like, are you going to answer? Why are 3 years better than 7?
They take up less room.
And how do humans propagate with barns?
Very
don't.
carefully.
I'm walking in out of the door.
I find your answers very unsatisfactory. And he starts moving towards you.
Are his tentacles waving in a threatening manner?
They are waving in a threatening manner, and you all need to roll for initiative.
It's coming right for us. Hurry, shoot it. I wonder how he does in pits.
While he has tentacles, it's probably easy for him to lift himself out.
And Darius, you are first.
Alright, I will toss a bomb at him.
Do we still have haste run in winter? How long's it been?
Haste last round, so it has to be gone. Because that was only 30 seconds. It would have taken us that long to walk to this tunnel.
Yeah, I agree. Haste would be gone.
Alright, I took it off everyone.
What about heroes? Wouldn't that be gone too?
No, it lasts 10 minutes per level, so it lasts for like 90 minutes.
Oh, okay.
What are your bombs good against, by the way? I remember that they do bigger dice with different creatures.
They're good against undead and constructs.
Okay.
Are you gonna lead with the pit again?
No, I'm gonna try something different.
I'm assuming this guy's got reach.
Do you want to lock us here, Winter, so I can map my movement?
Yeah.
Alright, I can make it. I'm gonna move up to here.
And cast
Do
a
I see
pit.
anything down here?
You can see another one of those force walls. And you can see that it leads into a chamber that has this kind of webbing draped all over it.
Alright, I'm gonna target this guy and shoot out 2 battering blasts at him. He failed 1 save and takes damage. So basically, the first one hits him, he failed his save. How far does he go? He's knocked 20 feet backwards. And he falls prone. And that will be it for me.
Okay, well, since it's too far away from me, I'm gonna make a double move, so I'll do 40.
Oh, sorry, he gets a reflex save where he falls prone. Did he do the reflex save? Oh, he did. Okay, that was the reflex save. That was the save. Okay, never mind. Yep, he falls prone.
I'll move up to there, and I'll be using the quick runner shirt too to make sure I actually have the distance to get there. That ends my turn.
You don't see anything south of you, do you, Damon?
Not so far. Not that I can tell.
Are you muted, Winter?
No, I'm sitting here just very quiet for a moment.
Oh. Quiet
Yes.
contemplation for the death of your creature.
Yes, absolutely. And, okay, you can tell that he starts to cast a spell.
Is he provoking Damon?
Yes, he will provoke.
So I get to attack them?
Yes, you do. Darius, you can tell he's casting Inflict Critical Wounds.
Did he cast it on me?
And,
He probably lost it.
yeah, he unfortunately did lose it. Fucker.
You always could have just tried to cast defensively there, Winter.
Yeah, I should have.
He didn't use his second or his move action try to stand up or anything, did he?
Yes, he would have stood up.
Yeah, my reaction's done, so.
How's our answers feel now, bitch?
As he does a 300-foot bitch slap across the room. I'm talking about the bad guy. You have no idea how long those tentacles are?
Alright. So, something might be happening in his area there. It's not a pit, it's a circle. It's an aqueous orb.
I was starting to wonder if you were a one-trick wonder.
Oh, he made the save. Don't worry, it doesn't wear off. It stays for a long time.
What was the save?
And the orb, it's a rolling ball of water. The first save is to avoid the damage, and then you have to make a second reflex save if you fail the first, and if you fail the second one as well, you get pulled into the wall of water, the orb of water, and you start to drown. I didn't think it would be very useful against the aquatic creatures, so I kind of didn't use it.
Makes sense.
And let me see, what do I have to pull out? I will pull out my toppling rod as a move action. So that's my turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna... So does swinging at this affect my swing at all?
No. If he was inside of it, it would give him cover, but he's not.
Okay. Oh. That's to make up for the 2 1s.
And he's dead.
Fucker.
Trust me, we have been getting really lucky. I don't want to know what that's going to be like when our luck runs out.
Man, he didn't get a single attack off.
No, he didn't.
Are we gonna stop here for the night, Winter, or are we gonna keep going a little bit later than normal?
Guys, if we can take 5, we can go just a little bit later.
Unfortunately I can't. You guys are welcome to go ahead without me, but I just can't. No.
Well, in that case, we will call it. And guys, I have my surgery Thursday, so it'll at least be a couple of weeks, and then you'll get an email when we're going to continue.
Okay.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
I'll also be watching the webpage and wondering all that too.
Sounds good.
Just message me on Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason the Fantasy Ground doesn't always send out the emails either.
I don't know. I find Fantasy Grounds works fine for me, but his website does not.
Yeah, anyway. But yes, I will send you all the way around. So.
Sounds good.
All right. Good night.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening and a great week.
Good luck,
You
Winter.
too.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice and quick recovery.
I'm hoping to.
Hopefully. Take care.